Hi, I'm Chris James, and you're watching A Healthy Alternative. Today, I have brought back the amazing Tenacious Butterfly. Sasha is back. We're going to be talking about a new promotion that she's got going on, as well as catching up a little bit about what she's been up to the past couple of months. So stay tuned. That's coming up next.
We're missing a piece of the puzzle.
You start getting healthy and you just become a better person.
We need to start focusing more on the individual.
All right, Sasha, welcome back to the channel. How are you?
I am fantastic. Super excited to be back.
Good to see that you are well. No sniffles, no trouble breathing or anything like that.
No, nothing of that sort. No.
Okay, cool. So today we're going to be introducing a new program that you have going on. And I'm just going to go ahead and allow you to kind of talk about the premise for the program and what it all entails.
Okay, so it's the Metamorphosis program, and I'm super excited because basically it was born out of this pandemic. That's where it came from, okay? Obviously, the last time I was on, we went into great detail, lengthy detail about my story. And so you kind of know that in a nutshell. And in times like this, it kind of made me think about people that are dealing with cancer. Because when I dealt with cancer, we weren't in this predicament. The world was still carrying on externally,
right,
outside of me, right? I was going through it, but everybody else was living their day-to-day life. And now we're in this predicament where everybody is quarantined at home and kind of dealing with their own feelings around what this new world means, right? So I thought about the people that are actually dealing with cancer on top of everything that's happening right now. And I thought, you know what? I need to do something for them. That's my people. Even though I am no longer dealing with cancer or going through that journey, it did impact my life in a significant way. And so they'll always be my people. And I'm here to support them in any way that I can. And so basically, I do the cancer coaching, and that's separate, and that's kind of a customized one-on-one coaching protocol. But this is kind of a group community support kind of setup. And it's done over 9 weeks. And I'll be going with them and kind of doing calls with them, giving them tips and tools. And it's really just about empowering themselves to get through the journey. Because you'll hear me, when I talk about cancer, I always talk about it in the way of it's a journey. It took you a period of time to get there, and it will take you a period of time to get out of there. And one of the things that I think is missing a lot of times when we talk about allopathic medicine is the fact that the family support and the community support is what really propels you to get through it. And there's nothing better than, I think, than being with people that actually know what you're going through and can actually support you in that, in the midst of it, and then also help you to kind of translate how you're feeling to your family and friends who desperately want to support you anyway. And naturally, you kind of push them away because they don't get where you're coming from. So that's what this is about, really. It's about kind of finding a way to bridge that gap so they can actually pull their loved ones closer to be able to work with them through the journey, but also be with people that are going through it with you. All different types of cancer. Because for example, I have clients, and oftentimes when I'm working with them one-on-one, there are times when I feel like I need to pair them with somebody else that I'm working with one-on-one, just so that they can kind of have that camaraderie of it. Oh, I'm going to this doctor today, and this is what I'm having these tests. And oh, I had that test, and I went through it, but I went through it nearly 6 years ago. So it's nothing like going through it with somebody who's going through it right now.
Right.
And then you've got me there as your coach to also walk you through what nutritionally you can do to support yourself. Because that aspect cannot be forgotten. But then there's also another aspect when we talk about cancer, it's not only nutrition. So for example, I'll walk you through my 9 modules. We have nutrition, that's the first week. And then the second week, we're looking at accountability, okay, and empowerment. And why I'm talking about that is because it's the huge aspect of taking control of the cancer experience.
Yeah.
right? There is a level of responsibility in it. Not saying that you created cancer, but I'm saying there was a manifestation and there was a moment in time where your body and your emotions were weak enough to allow those cells to kind of develop. So we want to look at that and find ways to kind of tackle that. And there's no blame or, it's not like that. But in this sort of group setting, you're able to kind of understand. Sometimes when you hear from somebody else's perspective, you could pinpoint how things developed and how things came about. I've spoken to so many people since the last time I was on the show, and they're like, oh, listening to your story, I understood how you even developed cancer. I got it, and it sat home with me, and I want to make some changes in my life, So.
Absolutely. I wanted to briefly have you in a nutshell, in like a peanut. Like
oh,
a
gosh.
peanut.
Go ahead.
Just tell us about your journey, just for those who haven't seen the previous video.
Oh, Chris, that's not fair. I can't do it in a nutshell.
I know you can't. That's why I specifically said in a peanut. Just like give us a bird's eye view. We're at 100,000 feet. What was the journey? Just so people can be interested to go watch your interview.
Okay. All right. In a nutshell, this is hard. This feels difficult. Okay. So basically, I thought I was healthy. I got anaplastic large T-cell lymphoma, which is a lymphoma of which is a cancer basically of the lymph nodes. I went through the medical system and I had chemotherapy. It went away after 6 cycles of chemotherapy for 6 weeks, and then it came back a lot stronger. I had chemotherapy again, and it came back after 2 weeks. And then I had a stem cell transplant, and if you don't know what that is, it basically wipes away your immune system, and you have a donor donate cells to you, and they implant those cells, and typically it's supposed to clear you of cancer. Unfortunately for me, I had an aggressive rare type of cancer, and what happened is it mutated from my groin and mutated up to my neck and my armpit. So after all of that, I was way worse off than I started off with. Okay. Also, I was in a wheelchair by that point. My body was in graft versus host disease, which is when your body naturally rejects the foreign cells that it's been given, because it's like, that's not mine. I don't know what to do with that.
Right.
And so that was really the medical journey of it. I had a scan, and when we had the scan, they said, it's all over. There's nothing we can do for you. We'll send you home, make you comfortable.
Right.
And my dad wasn't willing to give up on me. And I don't think I was willing to give up on myself. However, I was very down at that point, right? And we had met a nutritional microscopist at my granddad's event while I was sick. I'd been allowed out for the day, and I'd met him there. And basically, my dad had kept in contact with him, or kept his number, and said, we've got nothing to lose. Let's go see him. We went to see him. He put my blood on a microscope. I have my microscope right here, by the way, which is kind of funny. I'm talking about it. And he looked at my blood, and, he could see that my white blood cells were paralyzed through all of the chemotherapy. And I was on immunosuppressant drugs, which basically suppress your immune system from fighting anything. Okay. And so he said, you're going to have to go on an alkaline, plant-based vegan protocol for 120 days to get your red blood cells to rejuvenate and turn over. And I did it at 49, I think 45, between 45, 49, somewhere around that time. I went back and I had a scan, and there were no active cancer cells. And in October of this year, that will be my 6-year anniversary cancer-free.
You beat the system. I mean, that is the smallest nutshell possible. So if you all were intrigued by any of that story, you need to go and watch the original video, which I will be leaving in the description box and probably in the comment section, so you guys can find it super easy, because there's so much more to it. I think our interview was almost an hour and a half. I don't remember. It's quite long.
It was long.
But it's well worth it.
The third module, I'm looking at the modules because I can't remember the top of my head, is awakening and intuition. So there's a part of you that awakens when you start to really understand how the body functions. And we're going to talk about that in depth in the first 2 weeks, right? there's an awakening that happens. And you realize how miraculous the body is designed to actually do the healing. If you get out of the way, it's designed to really regenerate itself. It's a regenerating machine. It's amazing. So that's what we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk about intuition, because I found that as I sit back and I think back to my journey, there were many signs along the way before I got to deep stage 4 cancer.
Right.
You know what I mean? There were many signs within myself that were saying, hey, you better make some changes. Hey, you better. But you just disregard those because you're like, no, somebody will fix me. It's fine. And it's not that. You have to take some sort of control. And when I say that, this program is not for people that aren't doing medicine. You can still be doing your chemotherapy, radiation, whatever you choose to do. That's your choice. This is alongside it. It's your add-on. It's to build that internal strength, and also tips and tricks and tools, right? And nutrition guidance to support you along the way. This is your community where you can be down and out. You can feel like, oh man, I'm fed up of going to all these appointments. And you can talk about it because people understand. They've been there, right? So module 4 is herbs and supplements. I'm very big on natural herbs.
Right.
And they are around for a reason. And I want to really break that down and go through what herbs will support your healing journey. Supplements, yes, there are requirements for supplements, but that's not my go-to. I always start with the natural herbs first. And if we can't find it in the foods and the natural herbs, then yes, okay, we'll go to supplementation.
Right.
And normally, I always recommend supplementation from a plant-based source, right? So then we have Release and Let Go is my 5th module. And that was impactful for me, powerful, because you don't understand how much you're holding inside.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand how much you're carrying. And as we do certain exercises, and I'll have lots of PDF worksheets for them to work through, and we work through them together, it also kind of lets you see where you have unforgiveness, not only for others, but for yourself. It's huge. It's like a huge module, that module, right?
Trust me, I know.
It really, yeah. Yes, you know. So, and then number 6 is power and positivity. There is a power in taking back your positivity and deciding, right, that today is not gloom and doom. Today is what I make it. Today is how I address things. You know, there's that saying, it's not what happens to you. It's the attitude you have about what's happening to you, right? We're in a massive pandemic right now. The world feels like so strange. But if you see me and you talk to me, it's like nothing's happening. My center's actually temporarily closed. And I only opened it a half ago. You know, it could feel like the worst possible moment, but yet my attitude isn't that. My attitude is, where else can I use my gifts and my talents to support and make a difference in the lives of people, like, you know? And that's what the whole center was about. It wasn't about saying I've got bricks and mortar. It was about how can I make a difference? And I will be able to do that once we're able to reopen. But in that time, I'm not going to sit down and have an attitude of woe is me and the world is crumbling. I'm going to use my skills and my gifts to help somebody, right? And that's why this program came about. Is support and community, which is what it's all about. 8 is gratitude and spirituality. Now, when I say spirituality, everyone's flags go up and they think, oh, religion. No, nothing to do with religion, okay? You can be a Muslim, a Sikh, a Christian, Jew, whatever you are is your choice. And I have 100% respect for it. When I talk about spirituality, I'm talking about yourself. You know, the internal energy within you. Tapping in and being grateful for everything that you already have. And once you start that, like it's so, I can't even explain it. It's like I started to journal in my journey, right? And on the way, I started to journal and just write down gratitude every day. And when I read back to that journal now, I'm like, wow. Because it's so powerful to actually notice all the little things that are blessings to you that we take for granted. And so that's what I want to highlight. that yes, it might feel like you are, you know, in this horrible experience and you don't know what to do and you're scared and there's so much other emotions happening, but you can find things to be grateful for in that. And the more that you tap into that, the more that the universe seems to bring it more to you. True. More of that good stuff, right? And then finally, 9 is clarity of why. There we go. So there's 9 weeks and 9 modules. So your clarity of why is basically why? Why do you want to make it through this? Why? Because my thing is this: if you don't have a clear why in anything that you're doing, when it gets tough, you won't be consistent on it. That's in anything. You can translate that in any aspect of your life. If you're not clear on why you're doing it, you can't really sustain it when the tough times come. And so that's why module 9, the final module, is really being so solid on your why that no matter what comes your way, you're sticking with the new tools that you've learned. You're sticking with how to approach your family and friends when they may not understand how you're feeling at the moment. You're sticking with having a positive outlook, even if your scan result doesn't show exactly what you were hoping for. You know, like, these are ways that you can carry forth in life, excluding cancer, you know, to just really continue on that positive path, because I really do believe it's mind, body, and spirit. And yes, your body is not at ease and your body is going through something, but that also impacts your mind, and that also impacts internally how you're feeling, your spiritual health, right? And so that's why this program is kind of designed in a way to kind of touch on each of them and give you tools to be able to maneuver in all of those ways. And it's great, it's affordable, and I tried to make it as cheap as I could, because I was like, you know what? Everyone's penny pinching. We're in a pandemic. No one knows what tomorrow is going to bring. So I have set it at 60 Canadian dollars, which I think is very reasonable, you know, and it's over 9 weeks, and I'm coaching you, and you're getting a whole heap of resources. Not to mention, Chris has offered to be an affiliate to this program exclusively and offer 15% off his journals, which is going to come in super handy, because you need the journal to be able to write down all your gratitude. Okay, so you got one?
Got one.
Yay! So there is the journal, and yeah, it's really going to help. And then secondly, I have another affiliate. I met a lady in Toronto here at a vegan market that I went to, and I just loved her product. I went over, I was browsing all the stores. I was talking at the event about my story, and then afterwards I was browsing the stores. And you know, when something just resonates with you, I went over to her store, and she had some amazing products. And the first question for me is always, are they plant-based? Right. Only because I want to make sure that what I put on my skin is edible.
Yeah.
Because your skin's your biggest organ, and I want to always be nourishing my body. I don't want to put harsh chemicals on my body. I've had enough chemicals to last me a lifetime. Yeah. So, you know, I that was the first question I asked, and she was like, yeah, 100%. And then she went on to say, you know, a little bit about her healing journey and what brought her to make these products in the first place. And that was kind of like, wow, okay, we have a similarity here. Like, I love that. And she described it as a healthy alternative to skincare, which I was like, yes!
So I might need to have her come on the show then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, her stuff's amazing. The company's called Shurnique Naturally Organic, and you can put that up there. No, hold on. Shurnique Naturally Unique, excuse me. Okay. And it is all organic products. So Shurnique Naturally Unique. She's offering 20% off.
Nice.
Which is very, very good, I think. And her products are super affordable. But at the same time, they're artisan products. So they're like one of a kind, and they're luxurious. Okay.
Right.
The bath soaps are like, so yeah, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. And the mango butter lip butter is, yeah.
Mango lip butter.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's so good. So good. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I love her stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to be able to offer that to participants of the program, because at the end of the day, yeah, I can come at it from a nutrition perspective and the emotional perspective, but it does matter what you put in your body. It does.
Yep.
Like, you know, even what you're putting on your skin, a lot of these products that we use, that we find in local shops, have parabens and sulfates and basically chemicals that damage us, right? So it will be counteractive. If you're eating all these nutritious foods and you're thinking all these wonderful thoughts, but then you're still smothering yourself with petroleum jelly, forget about it.
Right.
You know? So.
Absolutely. And you're not just somebody who's researched this, who's read books, who's got some certifications or whatever. This was your life. This was your journey. You know what you're talking about. And also, you did mention earlier that you actually opened a center. And I want you to briefly talk about your center so that people understand, like, you know what you're doing. So what was the premise for you opening your center, and what do you kind of offer there?
Okay, so really the center was about me making natural therapies that I used when I was healing accessible to everybody. That was what it was about, because all of the therapies I used was not in one facility. I had to go here and there and everywhere to be able to get those therapies done, okay? And I realized that, you know what, wouldn't it be great to be able to have a place where everything I did is done in one spot? Right. So that was what I did. I studied nutritional microscopy because it changed my life. The gentleman that looked at my blood, as I mentioned just a minute ago, he opened my eyes to a whole new world of possibilities. And that's how I describe it, because it was empowering for me. Before that, I didn't even believe that my body could heal itself. I believed in pills and medication, and the doctor was smarter than me because he has how many degrees in medicine, 7 years or 8 years in school. And, you know, like, I didn't feel like little me would be able to heal myself. Okay. And when he showed me my blood and kind of explained to me just how the body is so miraculous and how it actually works. It's the system. And there are multiple different systems in the body, but they are all integrally dependent on one another. So when one of them is not at ease, then you will find symptoms, and multiple different symptoms. And we're not just talking about cancer. We're talking even down to a headache, right? Yeah. And so when I started to understand that, I started to make the changes that he had directed me to do, and that's how I healed. So when I opened the center, I wanted to give that gift to somebody. I wanted to be able to show somebody, this is what's happening inside. So that when I'm saying to them, this is the nutritional plan that I've laid out for you, these are the cleanses that I recommend for you, it's not based on me just saying it. It's based on what they can actually see in their blood, so that they can actually identify what a healthy blood looks like, because I put that up for them to see. And this is what my blood's doing. And then I identify each different cell and microorganism and explain what it should be doing. And this is what's happening. So that was what it was about for me. It was really just to give them the tools to be able to make the changes, because I think if you're given the correct information, most of us are smart enough to want to make something different happen. Right? But when we don't know, you can't do better. And that's what the center was really about. It was about giving an opportunity for people to understand what's really going on with them, and therefore take different steps. Straight up. So that was the microscopy. And then obviously I come from a background of chronic constipation, and that was way before cancer. Like, I just ate a lot of starch, and I mentioned that in the other video. So, and saying that, my large intestine, or the colon, is just very lazy because of the background of constipation. And what people don't realize is it's not normal to not go to the washroom after each meal. You really should be eliminating your food, because if you're not eliminating, it is staying somewhere. Right? And so the great thing about the colon is, like all things in the body, it's a muscle. So when you have colon hydrotherapy, which is one of the other services I offer, it allows the body to remember. Muscle memory kicks in, and it starts to remember how to perform on its own. So you don't become dependent on colon hydrotherapy. You just clear out the colon, and remind the colon what it's meant to do and how it's meant to function. And then you go into maintenance mode, and I don't even need to see you. I can see you once every 4 months, once every 6 months, once or twice a year. You know, like it's not something that needs to be done frequently, but you do need to make sure you are eliminating waste. And yeah, some people say, like my mom, for example, she'll kill me for mentioning her, but like my mom, she'll say, well, I go to the washroom every day. I don't have a problem. I don't. And I say, but mom, you drink a lot of coffee, which is what stimulates the elimination. Because coffee is a diuretic, right? Mm-hmm. So it stimulates the elimination. However, you're not having fully formed, healthy elimination. Because at the same time as coffee stimulating the elimination, it also dehydrates you. Mm. And without adequate amount of water, you can't move waste.
Yep.
And one of the great things about colon hydrotherapy that not a lot of people mention, and I think it's one of the hidden gems about it. Waste isn't just poo, right? Sorry to say that, guys. It's not just that, right? It's not. Waste is like mucus. It's emotions. It's toxins. Like waste is not, it's undigested food, gas. So like there's so many different things that fall under the term waste because I see so much come out. Mm. And I mean, even emotionally, people cry. People actually unburden themselves because they're so full of SHIT, right? That literally, when it comes out, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was carrying so much,
right?
Feelings.
Yeah.
Because also, one thing that we not mentioned a lot as well is that the colon is lined with neurotransmitters, right? And those neurotransmitters transmit straight to the brain. And when they're blocked by feces, right? They can't send that hormone serotonin, which makes you happy, to your brain. It doesn't send that signal. Therefore, you're moody and you don't know why. Well, you're moody because you're full of beets.
Wow.
That's it.
Is that why I'm so happy right now? Because
exactly.
I'm on day 4 of my juice fast, and I feel phenomenal. That's why you've been seeing me chug this big old apple juice.
Oh, apple juice.
Yeah, okay. I had grape juice yesterday. I was put a little raspberry in it for color and flavor, and I ran out of that. Well, I still have a little bit left, but I got this apple juice, and then I might do like orange juice or like pineapple juice. I don't know. I got watermelon. I got it all. Cantaloupe. So
my juice program starts, Chris. Why didn't you wait? Why didn't you join us?
Oh, on this program?
No. Okay, so different program. I got a juice program that starts on April the 14th.
Oh, I didn't know about the juice program. I planned this a couple of weeks ago.
Goodness. You should have joined us. We could have done a whole, thing. Oh well. Oh. It's fine. When are you ending?
Sunday.
Oh, okay, so short one. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just doing. Yeah. Because
I've ending on Sunday, and I'm starting on. Yeah, okay.
You're starting. I've never actually done a pure juice fast like what you promote. What I usually do when I do my juice fast is I do a water fast, and then I allow myself to supplement with juice if I feel like I really need it, and that's
nice.
Yeah, but I've never really like guzzled down, 2 gallon or whatever of juice a day.
Okay. Yeah, so my juice program is 21 days. It starts on April the 14th. It's not for my cancer people, and we'll go into that another time as to why, but I don't promote it for my cancer people. Too much sugar in, too much. It's just too much sugar straight to the cells in that form. You know what I mean? So I don't let my cancer people do that. They have juices, specific recipes, and you will get recipes in this Metamorphosis program, but they're not of the same in the juice program. It's very different. So the juice program is really just for every and anyone, as long as you're not going through cancer right now. And yeah, it's 21 days. I come in the group every single day, and we just have a great time, really.
Yeah,
we do.
Now let me ask you this: for those who are listening to this, they're not dealing with cancer. Can they be a part of the Metamorphosis program? Will it benefit someone who has diabetes or?
No.
Okay.
No. If you have diabetes and you're looking for a program, or if you're dealing with hypertension or hypothyroidism or anything else, basically, I would suggest booking a 20-minute free consultation with me, and we can talk about what programs will be better suited for you. This particular Metamorphosis program is tailored to people dealing with cancer. It is a group formatted cancer coaching program. All of my individual cancer coaching clients who are on like customizable one-on-one programs automatically are in this program. So this is an add-on. It's very different to the one-on-one, and it has different things that we're touching on, but it still brings that community element, and they always need that community element. So it's specific for cancer.
Okay, cool. So if you know someone who's dealing with cancer, you could suggest them, but if you're not dealing with it with yourself, do the 20-minute consultation, figure out what you need specifically, and then you'll have a program for them.
Yeah, that would be better, 100%.
Awesome.
So, and also, before I forget, the juice program, because it just came to my mind, we're running a special. It's 2 for 1. So give the gift of health.
That's perfect.
So at the moment, that is 2 for 1. And I'm very excited about that. It's the first time we've done it. But obviously, like I said, I'm very aware that we're in this situation where everyone's kind of like, financially, what's going on? Like, do we know what tomorrow looks like? And hopefully this won't last long.
No, I don't. I mean, I've been saying it. I've been saying the end of April. I don't know if that's going to happen anymore.
I think you're a bit optimistic with that one.
I might be a little optimistic, but
a little bit.
But I'm a pretty optimistic person. But also, you know, I look at the economy, especially the world economy. I don't know what they're doing in Canada, but in the United States, they're giving out these stimulus packages that are literally destroying the economy. So
same here.
Yeah, so I'm assuming they're doing that around the world, and it's
I believe
like,
so.
Okay, you're etching away the economy, and then what's next? A new digital currency for everybody?
No comment.
I mean, it's just the writing's on the wall. It's like these bailouts are huge, and they're kind of self-perpetuated. It's like you're just not letting people work. You're not letting people provide for themselves. And so you're just giving them money, but it's going to mess us up. So I was like, we can't do this for too long, but I don't know. Who knows what they're going to do?
You know, the thing is, the way everything's going, we're not in control of what our governments decide.
Correct.
But what we can take control of is how we approach ourselves. You know what I mean? And how we take care of ourselves. I mean, I've had a lot of people reach out to me and they're afraid of, you know, this coronavirus and all of these different things. And I try not to make them feel silly for being afraid, because I get it. I do get it. I know what fear is. Okay. But at the same time, what are you doing? Are you taking any preventative measures for yourself?
Right.
You know, and that I think is where we have to kind of take accountability of, if you're so worried and you're fearful, then the last thing you should be doing is being at the liquor store.
Or buying up all the Doritos.
You know what I mean? It's like, if you're afraid, right now's the time to build such a strong, robust immune system. So that you've got those soldiers ready. Your T and B cells, your natural killer cells, are just waiting. They're at the doors waiting to fight. That's what you need to be doing. And I know for myself, once upon a time, I didn't know that. So I have empathy for the fact that if you don't know, what can you do? But I'm saying to you now, 20 minutes is free. You can call me. My number's on the website, www.tenaciousbutterfly.com. Anyone that's done the 20-minute consultation will tell you. I will tell you what you need to know.
Right.
And you can have a pen and paper, and it's not costing you anything. Because at the end of the day, I remember what it was like when I didn't know. But as soon as I did know, I made the changes. So
there it is. And I'm 100% with you on that. It's like, I don't have any fear of this, not because I'm you know, like arrogant or because I'm young.
No.
Because I take care of my body. I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm doing this fast now. So We've got all these programs available. Sasha is giving away 20 minutes. I don't give away 20 minutes. My 20 minutes cost. So
no, I give away free 20-minute consultations. Chris, I look at it like this. If I can tell you something that will make you make one change in those 20 minutes, then it was worth it. Like it was it. It was worth it. But speaking of myself, I'm actually on 100% raw vegan at the moment.
Okay.
I'm feeling amazing. Like I'm bouncing around.
Yeah. And you're already a high energy person. So
that's what I mean. It's insane. I've been going for 4-hour walks.
Wow.
I'm like, I have so much energy. You know, like when you hit that moment in a fast where the energy just kicks in?
Yep.
Like I'm there every day and and I'm not fasting. I'm eating plants in their raw, ripe form, right? And fruit. I start my day with fruit. And then the evening is a salad, a huge epic salad, because I need something to ground me. If I just have fruits, I'm bouncing. I can't even sleep.
Right.
But yeah, it's great. I've been going for walks and I'm out there. I even got a little tan. I'm so excited. Yeah.
How long are you doing the raw for? Is it a period of time?
180 days.
180? I haven't done the raw thing yet. I did Alkaline for a long time.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's actually it's actually challenging, but it's also a lot of fun because you get an opportunity to play with different meal ideas and different foods and things like that. And I did start a period of time where I was going to raw restaurants, and I
love raw restaurants.
Yo, this food is good. Like
I love raw restaurants.
Eating raw is not boring. It's very exciting. It's very involved, especially if you want to get creative. Like you can have a lot of fun with it.
I made some amazing crackers the other day with flax and just vegetable pulp. OMG. So good. So and it's funny because I have a 14-year-old daughter and she is, like, whatever, mom, whatever. And then she sees me creating all these things and she's like, okay, let me taste it. And now all she wants to do is eat raw. And I haven't forced her. It's insane, but it tastes good.
It tastes good. That's all that matters. And for the snackers, I was just talking about this in my live the other day. If you know you're a snacker and you have trouble with the yo-yoing and make yourself some healthy snacks, stuff that you think is delicious, make it from scratch so that you know it's not nearly as detrimental as anything else that you put in your body, or it may even be beneficial, and snack on that. And just make a rule and say, you know what, I'm only going to eat my snacks. I'm going to snack, but I'm only going to eat my snacks.
I think that's awesome. That's a great way of approaching it.
Yeah, that's what I did. I was like, I like sweets and pastries and stuff. So I made myself make cookies from scratch, and we're talking about completely different ingredients. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was still in the Alkaline at that time, so and they were still very delicious, and that's how I created my ice cream. Like, it's amazing. A great challenge.
No, one thing about me, I've been doing raw. We call it nice cream, right? Which is just frozen fruit blended up.
Right.
But I've been getting so creative. So I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, people have been DMing me on Instagram, like, okay, send me that recipe. That one looks good. Like, so yeah, you become, and I have a Excalibur dehydrator. So I dehydrate things, and you'd be surprised some of the amazing things you can make in a dehydrator too. I don't do too much dehydration because, like I said, I love water. I like to feel hydrated. So too much dehydrated food and I feel a bit off balance. But I do enjoy some of the great things. I made a raw vegan apple pie the other night, and that was delicious and decadent. And
you know what? I could see how that'd be really good. Did you put the apples in the dehydrator or?
No, actually, I did a raw base, right? It's actually a recipe from a book. It's not my recipe. One thing about me, I can't follow recipes. I have to add my own twist to everything because it has to taste how I want it to taste.
Right.
So my friend says it's her pet peeve with me because she'll give me a recipe and then it never looks like what she and to do.
Right.
But it was delicious. It was great. I just did like a walnut almond base.
Mm-hmm.
So in like a food processor. And
Yep.
then I used some dates to get that to stick.
Mm-hmm.
And then sliced some apples, right? Peeled them first, layered that out. And then I made like a dressing to go on it, which was like orange, blended a whole orange with some more dates and water, and that just smothered that, and then put it in the fridge till it just solidified. And then when you cut it, it all has the layers. It's the way you cut the apples as well. It's amazing.
See, that sounds so good. Honestly, that sounds better than a normal apple pie. Honestly,
it's so yummy. It's yummy. It's honestly, me just saying it doesn't give it the justice. It's so good that my daughter, she was sneaking in the fridge and cutting slices. When I came back to my apple pie, I was like, "Where's my stuff?"
Well, what's your Instagram so people can catch you on there?
Oh, Tenacious Butterfly. Tenacious Butterfly.
Okay. So Tenacious Butterfly, and then what's the website one more time?
www.tenaciousbutterfly.com.
Okay. What else you got? You got anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Does the program have its own URL or website as well?
It will have its own page, but what you need to do is just go to www.tenaciousbutterfly.com and click on products and services. It's a top icon on the top of the screen. And when you go down the drop down menu, you'll see it. What I might do, I haven't put it up yet, but what I might do is get a little pop-up to come up so you can just click the link. That might be cute.
Okay. We're going to make it as easy as possible.
Exactly.
Make sure that if you guys want the discounts on the products, you got to join the program to get them.
Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you now, if you go over to Charlene's website, in fact, her Instagram, I'm going to put it in. Can you put it in the description box for me? Mm-hmm. Okay. And yeah, it's Shurnique Naturally Unique. It's hard for me to remember this one. It's my tongue gets tight. I want to say organic all the time, but it's not. It's Shurnique Naturally Unique. And honestly, I've tried the products. They're amazing. The mango lip butter is phenomenal. But not more than that. She has skincare lines. She even does natural deodorant that actually works, because there's some deodorants in them.
Yeah, definitely.
So I can't recommend it enough, especially because what you put on your skin is going in. It's food.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you have to be mindful of that too.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, I want to make sure that you all smash the like button so that we can get this information out there. We want to let as many people know about the program, whether you're personally dealing with cancer or if you have a friend or family member. It's quite inexpensive. Did we already talk about the price?
Yeah, it's $60.
It's
60 Canadian.
$60 Canadian. So if you're in Europe or somewhere, that's like a discount, getting a deal.
And America.
And in America. Well, our dollar is, so who knows? I think Canada's dollar might be worth more soon.
It's not at the moment.
So y'all better hurry up and take advantage of this. And I'm just saying that Sasha has gone through this journey herself, so she is living proof. For those of you who follow my channel, you guys already know I'm constantly putting out information and doing interviews with people who have personal experience. It's not coming from a book. This is real life experience. And also it's duplicatable. She has helped several other people. She has her clinic. She's well studied. I mean, so y'all take advantage of the program. Is there anything else that you want to say before we sign off?
I talk a lot, Chris. You shouldn't ask that. But seriously, I think it's just, I know what it's like. You know what I mean? That's the reality. That was the whole reason why I decided to do this. I know how lonely and scary it can be. And I want you to have that community. I want you to have that sense of, you're not alone in this. You're not. And you don't have to be. And, even after the 9 weeks, you'll have hopefully made lifelong relationships that can keep going. So that's the aim.
All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, once again, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, the application of knowledge is power. And I will see you all next time.